1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Good morning, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the Coffee Talk.
Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
The girlies are lying. And not only are they lying, but they're admitting to it with no coercion on our parts. In fact, they're admitting to it for a trend to get views as TikTok leaves. But it didn't. Because what do you mean you don't use 100 pumps of foundation? And you're telling me you don't consume all that ice? In fact, what is this about you spitting out the food when I'm trying to watch my mukbangs? Major creators across TikTok came out to announce that they have been lying. And my response was, duh. Like, of course you're lying. You thought I believed you? But the irony to me is the very fact that they did this specifically for a trend. For those final views as they left, as their last FU to us as their viewers on their way out. The influencer economy has grown remarkably over the last decade, evolving into a very significant component of modern marketing strategies. In 2016, the global influencer economy was valued at about $1.7 billion, and in 2024, it was valued at $24 billion, right? An insane increase in an 8-year period. And this insane upward trajectory is actually expected to continue. There have been some major investments and acquisitions in the social media influencer marketing space. Things including ShopMy, which is an influencer marketing technology company, recently raising $77.5 million in Series B funding, elevating its valuation to $410 million from $80 million in March of 2024. This investment reflects a growing interest in the creator marketing industry, with a further 14.2% growth in spending to be expected in influencer marketing in 2025. Another interesting and notable acquisition is Mavely, a platform that facilitates commission payments to social media creators for direct sales. Mavely was acquired for $250 million by Later, which is an influencer and social media marketing company. This also highlights the consolidation trend that's been happening in the industry. This rapid growth of the influencer economy is driven by companies and brands recognizing the value of collaborating and partnering with influencers to enhance their brand visibility, engage with their target audiences, and of course, drive sales. And as this industry continues to mature, it's expected to continue evolving, right? And more brands are dedicating substantial portions of their marketing budgets to influencer collaborations. And now I ask you, if this is such a booming economy, wouldn't you also want a piece of the pie? Does it not make sense that many people are doing what they can to get in while the getting is good? But now, how do I gain followers? How do I make sure that I have the numbers that gives me a slice of these marketing budgets? In comes the lies, or small untruths. If you watch any video about how to make it on the FYP and various timelines, they will tell you have 3, 4, 5 seconds to grab the attention of your potential viewers. And hence you need a gimmick to draw people in, keep them watching, and have them click that follow button. This may include extravagant restock videos or using 100 pumps of foundation, and so on and so forth. If you weren't tuned in to what was happening on TikTok as we were barreling towards the TikTok ban in the US, you may have missed a trend that was going on with this sound.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
The sound was accompanied by various TikTokers telling us a little truth or opening their world to tell us exactly what was happening behind the scenes. I mean, I saw videos where people were admitting that their one viral video that has 1, 5, 10, 20 million and more views was pre-planned. I think let's go through a couple of these examples of these lying liars who lie and discuss how bad we think the lie is, whether we think they should keep their platform, and the benefits to us as viewers or followers to knowing the truth. First, Meredith Duxbury. Meredith went viral when she started making videos applying her makeup, 10 pumps of foundation, and then smearing it on with her hands and somehow ending with the most perfect face of makeup. Her major confession was the fact that she wiped some of this foundation off before, giving us the final look. Now, you might ask yourself, is this really a big deal? Like, should we actually care? And my response is, a little bit. For those who follow Meredith, would you have followed her if she did not do that particular thing? Would she have even ended up on our FYPs had she not been doing this extravagant, over-the-top, a little bit crazy way of doing her makeup? In fact, she took this shtick all the way to a brand deal or sponsorship or something with Allure, right? Where she still did this crazy makeup that got her enough FYPs, but now she's telling us isn't real. And now I ask you, does that matter? Would that change her trajectory of success? And would she be as successful with over 18 million followers had she not done it the way she did? Now, if it was a joke or a passing phase, maybe we could let it go. But in my opinion, the fact that we had copycat videos coming out where people were trying this way of doing makeup is wasteful, unnecessary, and if people had known it wasn't what she was doing, they would have never tried it anyway. Another influencer is Kaylee May, who has approximately 14 million followers. She is known for aesthetic restocks and, of course, ice. I mean, we all remember when all we saw on our FYPs were people making ice. Ice with flowers, ice with glitter, ice with fruit, coffee ice, a myriad of different types of ice. Now, Kelly May came on to say, actually, she herself did not drink that ice, and in fact, she really dislikes how the ice melts and the floaty bits stay in her drink. And you know what? I feel it too. I don't like floaty things in my drinks, and so I have not made ice with floaty bits in it. And this particular confession is met with some mixed responses. Some people outraged that she would admit such a thing, others calling her wasteful, while others are saying, what's the big deal? Because in her follow-up video, she said, in fact, she may not drink the ice, but her loved ones and her husband and, people who come over for this guest room that she's also always restocking are more than happy to use the ice. Now, my question to you is, had she not pretended like these ices are an integral part of her drink-making, relaxation, self-care of it all, would you have been inclined to click her Amazon storefront and get the many, many, many ice trays that she has in her kitchen? In fact, she has a whole drawer full of just ice trays. So what do you think? Do you think Kaylee May was being wasteful, or is it just ice and we're looking too much into this? Next, we had several coffee talk influencers who came out saying that some saying they don't even like the taste of coffee, period. Others saying the very coffees with the creams and the syrup and the caramel that they sell to us on our FYPs, they don't like how sweet it is at all. And again, are they then pouring these down the drain? This includes TikTokers like Lexi Hidalgo, who was known for her coffee, but said that in her follow-up video, in fact, she would make them and give them to her mom because she didn't really like them. Now I ask you, would you buy something from somebody who they themselves don't use it, but tell you that it is enjoyed by somebody they love, like their mother? And if so, would she have still garnered her over 2 million followers had that been her selling point to begin with? Come with me to make an iced coffee for my mother. How bad is it, and what exactly is the impact of these lies on her followers? And that very same creator also admitted to not doing her workouts that she was known for. So she would only do just enough to get the clips she needed for her TikTok videos. I ask you again, how do you feel about following along to the workout routine of somebody who wasn't doing it at all? And of course, we got a follow-up video where she talks about the fact that, listen, I didn't do it while I was recording, but these are in fact exercises that I did do. Is that as egregious and not as not doing them at all? And can we trust that she did in fact do them if she's saying she didn't do them at the time of recording? Again, we as the followers, the people who interact, give these people platforms and also help them capitalize on said followers to decide what we are willing to forgive in this instance. And these are just some examples. I mean, we got, some videos where people were, using the trend as a joke. All of this really was influencers coming out, right, to admit that they do often employ deceptive tactics to enhance their online presence and attract more followers, because followers are the name of the game. But it is our job as the very people that are their followers to decide what we can and cannot accept. There are stunts that I see on social media and you think that's clearly fake, but it's for the laughs. And, that's fine. It's part of entertainment. But how far is too far? Is it too far the moment at which they start to then sell something to us from that stunt? Please excuse the band-aid. And does them lying about this change how you view influencers at all? I mean, people have lost their faith in celebrities for years now. A study exploring the role of perceived fraud found that trust in influencers is a key determinant of how consumers perceive endorsed products or services. With our first example of Meredith, does her stunt of putting layers and layers of foundation impact how you view the foundation she uses if it were to be an ad? In terms of the ice, are you more or less inclined to buy those ice trays or even try to make flavored and fancy ice because her not drinking it might mean it's not good to begin with? Deceptive practices by influencers can significantly affect consumer behavior. When followers discover these fraudulent activities, it undermines the influencer's credibility and it can lead to a loss of trust. The erosion of trust can diminish a consumer's purchase intentions and even negatively impact their perception of associated brands. Do we all remember when Michaela had the whole mascara drama? Do we still trust the mascara? Do we still trust Michaela? And what purchasing decisions do we make in that instance? In fact, the prevalence of influencer fraud has led to increased skepticism amongst consumers in general. Right? This is why we see trends like underconsumption core on TikTok, which encourages users to purchase only what they need, reflecting a growing wariness of influencer-driven marketing. We also have de-influencing trends that aim to do the same thing. Economic pressures and a desire for authenticity that drive younger generations towards more frugal habits and skepticism of influencer endorsements. In fact, seeing the rise of dupe culture, which check out my video if you haven't, is part of this move away from consumerist ideals. In summary, while deceptive tactics may offer short-term gains for influencers like 18 million followers, they pose significant risks to consumer trust and behavior. Both influencers and brands must prioritize authenticity and transparency to maintain credibility and foster positive consumer relationships. As we recover from the various bombshells that have come out of this trend, I want you to ask yourself a question. If you follow these influencers, would you have done so if you had known the truth or they had not done this particular action? Second, if you follow them, do you want to continue to follow them and support them? And will you continue to click their links? Third, if you've never followed them at all, are you more inclined to follow them now? Or do you feel vindicated in your decision to not do so? And then if you're like me and did not even really know a majority of these TikTokers to begin with, how does that shape your relationship to influencer culture and the ways in which we consume product and also use our capital in a material way? And who do you trust as influencers rise to be the face and voices of brands? That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I thought this whole thing was hilarious. What do you guys think? Let me know down below if you saw this trend. What do you think about people telling on themselves? And how exactly you will be changing or not changing your behavior when it comes to influencers going forward. Thank you guys again so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.